What's going on, guys? ICPoppers2088 here, and in today's video we are checking out the newest Forza Motorsport update. I think this is called Update 13. We have a few new cars, a new event, and some new customization. So we're going to begin with customization, and I say that is because there's something interesting they did add, but at the same time I don't really get it. But before that, there's a new car to the... Wait. Oh, so all these must be car pass cars. So these must be the new car pass cars. These are the Drift Mustangs as well as the Ford Mustang Dark Horse. But there is one thing with this new update I don't understand already. And that's if I go to my FTO and go in the upgrades. And that is this. You've got your drift suspension, but no drift tyres. So I say that because of these anniversary gifts. Okay, so sorry, I'm getting a bit sidetracked. But what I meant to say is, with this update, you're telling me we've brought in drifting. Yep, drifting is now in the game, as well as Formula Drift cars, believe it or not, has returned with drift suspension but no drift tyres. I mean, we've only got 4 of them returned to the game for the time being, but 4 is better than none, I suppose. But I say drifting is back because if we go into multiplayer, we have some new multi-class races. Also, it's not multiplayer, but I think it's Arrivals isn't actually featured. Or maybe not, it's all time attacks. But there is drifting featured in the game, which I'll show in a minute. And in the career mode, we have the Mustang Tour. Still need to finish the mid-engine tour, as well as another set of open glass tours. But it looks like with this month's update, we have the McLaren and a few Mustangs. We haven't got anything new in this section yet. So let's go into free play actually quickly. Let's go quick setup. I don't remember how you do this. I think you have to select a car within a track. So let's get the... Let's just use this for now. And the new track is, alright, timed race. Let's just do a timed race, and let me just put up my screenshot of what the track is called. Sunset Peninsula, wherever it's pronounced. I think I butchered the name completely. But this track has not been in a Forza Motorsport game since Motorsport 4. And we have 3 versions of it. We should have anyway. We've got the Speedway, which is the full oval. And we have the club circuit and the full circuit. So of course, let's do the Speedway for 2 minutes first, and then we'll try out the club, because we might as well give this track a go, and then we'll try the drift settings with it as well. But because there is no drift tyres, drifting is a bit difficult. I say that because you either have to use stock tyres, or you can times 10 on the tyre wear. You know, let's just keep it as it is. So I say that. Wait, well, where was I at? Oh yeah, drifting in this game is still fairly hard at the moment because you're either stuck with stock tyres or drag tyres. So with drift tyres, it would definitely make life that little bit easier. But we have now got a new, well, return circuit. The layout looks cool. I can't really remember how often this map was played. Because, and honestly, it's been ages since I actually driven around the circuit. And that is because the last game it was in was Motorsport 4. And this was a terrible option for a oval. And I don't even have the gear 6 on this thing, so this would definitely be retuned. There's no grassy areas where your car can flip on, but surely this track is big enough for a NASCAR style track, so let's just see what happens if we just try attempt to do a NASCAR wreck. There we go. Now we've got it going. We have got it going.
Penalties like that are going to add up. Careful out there.
Didn't do much, but honestly, next they should bring back NASCARs and stock cars, because we got them in Motorsport 7, and I think it would fit Motorsport 8 pretty well, because we had it in Motorsport 6, and I believe 6 was a DLC, before it being in 7. And not being a DLC, so hopefully we bring it back, but not as a DLC though. I'm afraid I don't think we should be hit with the DLC NASCAR hammer for things that have just been released. Oh, it's just put me on a random track, hasn't it? I should just pressed exit. Hopefully it brings me back to the quick start menu. Let's try, actually no. Let's do a drift, let's attempt drifting. And instead of using any of the new cars, I'm gonna give it a go in my crappy Mitsubishi FTO build, which would work better, I will admit, if we actually had drift tyres. So let's go drifting back at, was it Sunset, and we'll go for, we don't want speedway, we want the club circuit. Let's go for the small club circuit for 2 minutes again, and see how well things go there. Just like on Horizon games and majority of other games that you would drift on, you are definitely better off turning traction control turned off, but just for the sake of the video, I'm not going to mess around with settings and traction control on, off, yada yada yada, we're just going to leave it on. But once we load it in quickly, the interesting thing about Motorsports 8 is you've got 3 counters. You got angle, speed and line. So of course The line is how close you are to a racing line. So because I did it on the racing line, I got 1,000 points. I mean 10 points online. And with the angle, more angle you get, of course you get more angle points. And if I just let the car straighten out and then floor it, we should get some speed points. But of course this would go much smoother if we actually had drift tyres. So now we get to the point of what's the one thing I don't really get about this update. The fact we introduced drifting and drift cars and drift suspension, but no drift, and drift diffs, but no drift suspension. But how can you have a drift mode without additions of drift tyres? For one thing, that would definitely help your car drift completely. Because yes, drag tyres are alright, but they're not great at all. Oh, it's currently best drift. I set up as best drift, not total drift's points. That'll do it. Even then, I wonder if it would actually show what my overall drift score is. Nah. Show my best drift score though, because I think that's what it was set up as. Oh well. The update does look fairly interesting, and I apologise if I don't have that much to say. At least more stuff is getting added to the game. But I think another thing they should add is the auction house again. Because just like on every other Horizon or Motorsport game, why pay 260, wait, that's discount, so why pay nearly 300k for a Drift 240 SX when you can spend half of that in the auction house if somebody doesn't want it no more? So I think for players that struggle to get money in this game, or they don't want to spend too much on a car, I think return of the auction house would be a great feature to add. But on that note, actually, do we actually have new driver gear? Right, I can't really see any new driver gear. I don't know why that symbol popped up, unless I went past it. But anyway, on that note, if you did enjoy the content, consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you guys all next time.